And I found on a video a really incredible person, Luz Aurora, and she guided me and introduced me in ancestral medicines, the ayahuasca. And I did a ceremony, and from there, my life is another life. I think everybody in this room and everybody in Valley Pizza, people that know me, you can tell in photos, you can tell how I speak, how I move, how I walk, everything has changed. And I understand, I was thinking about what's going on, what happened in me. You know, I want to go deeper. And I searched a lot of time, and I found that it's not only spiritual, it's something neural. It helps. And you're going through mental, emotional, or physical pain sometimes. And if we don't go deeper and ask questions to yourself, what's going on, you will continue with the same habits. But the medicine really transformed my life, transformed even how I think, you know, how I have my perspective of life and the businesses. I come back home. Of course, my husband saw the differences, and he said, "Hey, I want to do whatever you did because I feel you, the happiness. I feel you, the love, and sometimes I don't match with you, and that's what's going on." And I understand, you know, our frequencies wasn't the same. And of course, we went to a ceremony together, and since then, we life-changing. And he's been, we both growing together, you know, and as a person, individual person first, and as a wife, mother, and business owner, and everything. And now I have the opportunity to share. Like that was waiting for 1 year and a half, almost, working in this, since construction, floor, everything, to give it in this community, because I found it in here. So I think I have this opportunity to bring it back to the community.
Yes.
And I feel so fulfilled, so proud of myself, you know, to share a little bit of my story, and maybe can help somebody else they wants to heal.
And I think it's just so important to really kind of encapsulate that journey, because it was not just one thing, it's a lifestyle thing, right? It was the juices, because everybody knows now that our food and our environment is super toxic. So if you start wiping out those toxic lifestyles of the past and start going into more cleaner stuff like the juices here, and then there's also the breath work that I know you also train as well, and then there's the neural work, the sound bath, and then obviously the wonderful relationship with your husband. And we were talking about that earlier. I'd like to ask him some questions too now, because I asked him earlier, I was like, hey, what was a pivotal moment for you, man? Like, what was it that got you into this lifestyle? Because this is something that you guys live. It's not something that you guys just do because it's cool and, you know, niche or whatever, but this is just who you are. So what was that, Steve? What was that moment? She kind of touched on it a little bit.
Like she was saying, when she came home from her ceremony, it was just, she was so radiant and glowing and so full of love. I wanted to touch into that. And so I wanted to just be on the same frequency as her, you know, and be closer together. And that kind of, like you said, that's what started it, was that first ceremony when she came home, and it just completely changed our life. After my experience, I felt more connected with myself, more self-love, just a radiant glow, you know, inside yourself. You feel this life force growing in you, and you feel like you're connected more with your body and your spirit, you know. So I feel like that was the pivotal moment for us, was the ancestral medicines.
And I relate to that big time, because I've had a lot of experience with those medicines as well. And the biggest thing I gained from it was the introspection. I was able to look beyond this material world and beyond the normal fears that you have day to day, and really just look inside myself and work on myself. Because a lot of times our quirks, our spiritual downfalls, we avoid them, we run away from them. But when you're in that mind space with those ancient medicines, you can't run away from them. No. You've got to look at yourself and look at your faults. And there's also a lot of hope there. You feel that love energy, and that's like, hey, there's a way out of this. And so that being said, and can you introduce yourself, man? Because I know this is your specialty, right? And guiding people in these ancient medicines.